Hello, LegendAqua here, and well, I decided to make this video because I did a Senran Kagura New Link tips and misconceptions video a long time ago, annotations above, but to get to the point, I am making this video just to give be it beginners or veterans or the people who do the daily grind the best min-maxing way to get your account kickstarted. And to do that, well, we need to start from the beginning. And for the beginning, you would start off with your first solo YOLO rerolls. And to that, the first solo YOLO you'll try and do is through that first tutorial reroll. Actually, technically second, because yeah, you get one for free and then one more. Actually, wait. Sorry, no, it's the first reroll. It's the first solo YOLO rerolls, and don't think you can get any other SSRs like the current event SSRs for that one. There is no point. You'll get one of 4 initial SSRs. One of them is Miyabi, the other one is Homura, the other one is Asuka, the other one is Yumi. Those are the 4 SSRs you can get. Okay, so then afterwards, you'll get your SSR, finish the tutorial, get everything done with the tutorial. What would happen afterwards? Well, the next thing you would do is try out the story mode. It's the easiest thing to do, even with a team filled with R's. So in my opinion, clear maybe the first 2 to 3 story missions, like maybe up to story 3 on easy. You get heaps of stamina. The enemies won't kill any of your party members, even if it's R, even if your cards are R. I would highly recommend, as soon as you get your initial SSR, just do the story mode and get to at least 50. You need 50 timers just to do a multi. Of course, because you're beginners and everything, you'll probably get a beginner's login bonus as well as the usual daily login bonuses as well. So most probably you'll have 50 timers either way, but in situations where you don't get extra timers and you need more just to make 50, just to do that first multi, do the story missions. Okay, so then you will need to quite obviously try your luck at the gacha and try and get more SSRs. And most probably for beginners, you'll get SSRs you'll get SSRs better than us veterans. It's just like a thing, I suppose. Like the first 2 days, there's a likely chance you'll get more SSRs than we do, even with us having the 8.1% rate. So for beginners, you'll most probably, don't quote me on this, but the rates will give you SSRs. Just depends on which ones. Okay, so then, because of this, why am I saying all this about getting the initial SSRs and trying your luck at getting some SSRs from the gacha afterwards? Then you would want to make your first team, and you can make any one of them. Set out to make a team, not a focus team. Obviously you won't have enough SSRs to do that, because afterwards, once you start making your first ever team, the next thing you'll need to do is well, you need to level them. Because you can't keep your initial, or you can't keep any of your SSRs at level 1, otherwise they're going to be useless like further down the line, especially event missions. So it's best to level up your SSRs pronto. Like it's an absolute must, you need to level them up. And most probably you'll get the leveling bunnies maybe through login bonuses or something. If not, then the best thing to do is to, well, grind it out. And pick any one of them, to be honest. And this is the part where I'll talk about the daily grind, because this is the best way to get tamas and, well, more progress on getting your tamas higher. Yeah, so for beginners, this much is very simple. Use the leveling bunnies missions as much as you can. If you want to do different colors, go for it, because if you want to go through both with the leveling bunnies as well as tamas, do them. It will make it much quicker, especially for beginners. So then that will be the first thing, and that will actually complete your first daily mission. The second would be you need to do 3 pulls, like any 3 pulls. It can be from the friend gacha, it can be from the tama gacha, it doesn't matter. But for veterans who wants to hoard tamas, use the friend gacha and just spend at least 300 points. That will get your second one done. Lastly, for the daily grind, will be just finished. Actually, there's 2 parts towards this actually. So while you're doing the leveling bunny stuff, you will complete missions. All you need to do is complete 3 at most. It's either that or spend maybe like half your stamina, but I think most logically it's just complete 3 quests. That will tick number 3. Number 4 and the final one is use your support. So when you go into a battle, you'll have your support, right? As soon as you enter it, just use your support and then just get the rest of your SSRs to deal with the mission. That will tick off the last tick off the last daily mission, and then you can get your tama. That's just how it works. That's the daily grind I go through. So with all that being said, and you're doing the daily grind and getting heaps of tamas and everything, and then obviously once you've hoarded enough tamas, once you've hoarded enough tamas, once you've made a good enough team through the gacha, you can most probably go for the events while you're doing the grinding at the same time. So it's a bit of stamina management if you can do this. So then, so we have a Bankyo event going on right now, so this isn't much of an event, it's more or less a gacha part. But considering we have all these past events, you can do some of them. Get more tamas that way, that helps. But some of them, I'm sure, will give you R cards. Like, it depends which one. Utilize them and get them up to UR status. The fact that right now Senran Kagura is actually implementing like event awakenings right now, they're extremely viable, especially for beginners. So if you missed out on heaps of events and everything and you just started out, use these to get your first R's and then increase them too. So then therefore you'll have a diverse range of different colored units that way. If you can't get them in the gacha and you've run out of tamers, this is another option through welfare status. It's the best possible way of doing it. And then of course do the daily grind as per usual, and then you'll be on your way to be like a veteran player. So yes, it's a little bit overwhelming, especially with all these missions you can go through and not enough stamina, but form your teams, get welfare servants, and just start building your teams. Once you do that, you can start tackling these Bankyo missions, get SSRs and grind up for ascension material for certain units and do it that way. So the progression will go higher to the point that you're pretty much a veteran player and just doing the rounds on the daily grind, which is something I just told about. Okay, so with all that being said, last part will be Tama management, or in this case, way to get more Tamas. I did talk about this in a different video, but I think I might as well say this now. Okay, so I won't talk much about the Yoma nest. It's not good, it's like, this is more or less for whales or for people who's got extremely powerful characters. I'm not gonna bother with the Yoma nest. Events, I already talked about it, and obviously the event tamas are viable and a lot of them are open for beginners just to get more tamas. Go for it. Obviously, story, you can get more that way, just by completing the missions and doing all the difficulties. That will net you a whole lot more tamas that way. And then adding that with the daily grind, even more. PvP's not open, but I would suggest you do it because you do get tamas in there by reaching certain goals. But I would not suggest to do PvP if you've only just started out, because you are gonna get massacred out there. Even if you're like being balanced out, it's still not a good idea. Do participate in it, but reach a certain goal. Don't go crazy and think you can complete all the rewards through the PvP. You're gonna burn yourself out and you're gonna get really tired of it. Just moderation for this one, especially for beginners. Now, once you've formed your teams, do the daily grind and you have been hoarding your tamas as per usual. This is the next viable option because of the rewards you get. Yes, there are rankings, but it's this that will give you way more tamas. And it's more worth it, especially if you've got enough teams to balance out and they can just deal with Daidoji here. So, you get tamas, like, seriously, just deal 30k on her, you get your first tamas. But that is not the thing that actually surprised me. It's the fact that once you reach a certain point threshold, you get 20 tamas. So if you're strong enough to deal consistent damage on a daily basis using 5 perps, you can easily get this. I finished this entire reward list. I've done it all. So that's the next viable option. Now, there's still more tamas you can get, not just from this list, and that would be through this. So, okay, I can't use Ikaruga as an example. Actually, wait, no, I can use her, actually. Now that I think on it. Okay, so I've maxed out my Ikaruga's affection level all the way to level 15. So, you know when you do the leveling, play the leveling bunny missions, and you get these hearts in some of the boxes? Well, this is the best place to use them, because the rewards you get by increasing one character's affection, like at level 6, you get 2. Level 11, you get 2. Another 2. 13, 2. Level 15, 5. So let me think, that's already 2, 4, 6. That's 11 right there. 11, 14, 19, 24, 34. And that's just for blue. So then do this 3 more times. That's almost 100. And then you get just extra parts as well. You get extra, well, cosmetics things, as well as more tamas. So that's all 50 plus, 55 plus, so 60. You get 60 just by doing all of this. It is... Don't think the hearts are nothing. Use them. You'll get a whole lot of tamas, and this is for 1 unit, so think about this. 1 character equals 60 tamas, and how many characters are there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37 if you count Ushimaru. Oh no, she's counted. So 34. 34 by 60. I can't calculate in my head, but that's a lot. That is a lot. So use them. Okay, I will get a little bit more technical here because this will be good for, well, both veterans and beginners alike. And I think this will be the last thing I will be talking about because I did kind of forget about it. There was a lot to talk about. And that will be your farming team. So, for beginners, it's going to be extremely hard just to get your gacha SSR characters to luck 99, especially when you're trying to get... where are they? The elephant luck. It's going to be extremely hard for you to get these just to increase like your gacha SSR luck. And you need luck on all your characters so you can initiate New Link Chance. And New Link Chance is extremely viable and needed for farming teams because you'll get more boxes through the leveling bunny missions, as well as I did forget about this, but this is just me and everything. Like, it's not only leveling bunny missions, but strengthening orbs, you can get those as well, if you're missing any, and Magatamas, which is used for Ascension. So if you're missing any of them, do them for beginners, quite obviously. If you're missing them for veterans, just obviously use these nodes and get them. Or better yet, for veterans, quite obviously this is going to be extremely easy. Use the shop, because they've got them. The light Magatamas, red, yellow, greens, blue, yellows, they've got them. So utilize the shops if you're missing any, just for Ascension. I do that. Okay, so going back to the farming teams, especially for beginners, I won't say this for veterans because I'll get back to that. That would be use your welfare event SRs or Rs. Get them to 99 and try to make 5 members of 99 luck characters. It's going to be a huge grind, but it's going to be worth it because at the very least they can actually do the leveling bunny challenges. Like if they are UR status, more than they can finish mission 5 and get new link chance 100% of the time. It is so viable so that you can actually get the materials that you need to awaken characters. So try and do that for beginners. As for veterans, it's the elephant cards. If once you've done the events and grinded the events for those medals, buy those elephant cards and start doing what I do, where you get certain characters that can do AoE attacks just to clear around just 1 or 2 hits. Give them the 99. Give them the 99 luck and you can blitz through your daily grind just like that. And this is my best team that I got so far with my hand select picked on these ones. Kagura, quite obviously because she does a 5-person AoE attack, absolutely viable for farming teams. My Nero Leo, her normal attack does AoE damage to all 5 characters, extremely viable. Christmas Minori, she does 4 hits on 4 persons, so she does AoE damage as well, quite viable. My Roki does the same, I think she does it to 3 characters. And my Ikaruga pretty much cleans up any missing enemies on that wave. So, that's the long grind, essentially, from beginner to veteran. I've kind of mixed in the two, but it's extremely hard trying to articulate everything properly, but to go over it one more time, especially for daily grinds, for beginners, just do the daily grind, do 3 missions, use it, and use your support once. Spend 300 points or just do 3 gacha pulls, 3 solo YOLO gacha pulls. And finally, wait, is that last 4? Yeah, sorry, yeah, so that's it. That's it for the daily grind. You'll get 1 tama, sometimes even 2 if you finished weekly missions or monthly missions, whatever, as well as event missions. So yeah, things accumulate with that. And then just go on from what I said from the beginning of the video, and then you should be fine if you just follow it and just do as much as you can. As for veterans, well, you guys know the deal. More or less, just go through the daily grind. If there's an event going on, do that as well and get more tamas that way, and then just wait for your waifu or a certain character that you want on the gacha. That's it. Oh, okay. I think I said everything. Hopefully. Comment below if I missed anything, because this was quite a talkative episode, but I think I need to do it. Oh. With that, I will leave it here. There might be an update coming tomorrow. I will quite obviously go down the rundown on the event overview, but we'll see. It might be on Friday. I don't know. With that, I will leave it here. My voice is going to go out. So I will leave it there. Good luck with the grind, guys, as per usual, and get those timers and hoard it as much as you can until your waifu shows up. With that, I will leave it here. LA out.